Okay, so now we've got a question from chapter 5. Chapter 5 homework. Oh, this is my online class. No wonder it's showing a lot of people actually did it. Okay. Question number 8. The value of a 20-year zero coupon bond with $1,000 face value when the market required rate of return of 8% compounded semi-annually is. By the way, I didn't even have to say compounded semi-annually because unless I tell you otherwise, we always assume we price zero coupon bonds as semi-annual. That's actually in one of your slides. Now let's talk about what this means. A zero coupon bond, how much is the annual coupon value of that? This isn't a trick question.
0.
Yeah, very good, 0. Now, because we're pricing it semi-annual though, what are we going to have to do with that 20?
Double it.
Yeah, we got to double it. And what are we going to have to do with that market required rate of return?
Divide it by 2.
Yeah, divide it by 2. So I'm going to get my calculator right here. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go back to the calculator. First thing I always do for bond questions, second, clear TVM. I'm going to put in 40 for N. I'm going to put in 4 for I per Y. I don't have to put anything in for the payment because there is none. But if you wanted to, you could just say 0 payment. And we know 1,000 future value. And then we could compute the present value. And it gives us $208.29. Now, what's the most common way for students to mess this up? 10 N, 8 I per Y, compute PV. Well, that didn't even look right, does it? 0 payment. 20 N, 8 I per Y, compute present value. There we go. It would be off by a bit. Questions? Okay, before we walk away from bonds, I want to ask you this question. So we have semi-annual. We need to make 3 adjustments. What are the 3 things that we always have to do when it's a semi-annual bond? I'll get you started. We have to double something.
N.
Yeah, double the years to get in. And then we have to have, what do we have to do? Say again?
Payments.
Oh, okay. So the annual coupon amount. And what's the other thing that we have to cut in half?
I.
Yeah, so the yield to maturity to get I. And this is to get PMT. Now, most of the time, if I tell students this and I ask them to price one of these bonds, they can do all that just fine. The problem comes if I ask them to find the number of years, or if I ask them to find, say, the coupon rate, or if I ask them to find the yield to maturity, they forget to multiply by 2. They forget to multiply by 2. They forget to divide by 2 when they're translating backward. That's the biggest problem that I see with semi-annual coupon bonds. And I had one student, same student, I don't think she may have been in the online class, that emailed me about 2 different semi-annual coupon questions. And one of them was, I think, this thing, and one of them was this thing. And it all comes down to this right here. And so we have to translate to get the number of periods, and then we have to translate back to turn that into number of years. So these are all things to keep in mind. In fact, if you think this would be a good thing to have on your note sheet,